Hi guys, I hope the camera's working. Okay, so I am going to do part 2 of my classics bookshelf tour, and this is the special area I mentioned in the first video. I say special, it's primarily just, it features two book series that mean a lot to me personally, and they just happen to feature my two favourite literary heroines and protagonists, so they're on their own little special selected shelf over here because they're just that important. So I will introduce them to you now. The first person you should probably meet is Anne Shirley. Isn't she just adorable? I had a friend who went to Canada and actually went to Prince Edward Island, which is the location of the Anne of Green Gables series, and there's museums and tours and stores and all these things over there. I have to visit it someday, but she brought me back an Anne of Green Gables doll. And Anne sits here and guards her books, which I will show you now. It's the Anne of Green Gables series. Of course, I have the films. I first had them on VHS tape, back in the 90s, and I have them on DVD now. The Kevin Sullivan Productions, starring Megan Follows, and I thoroughly recommend them. I don't really recommend the third one, which is the continuing story, because they totally screwed that, and I don't know what the hell they were thinking. Anyway, but the first two I really recommend, because they're quite loyal to the books and excellent performances. Okie doke, so here we have, take these off, this here is the Anne of Green Gables series. There are 8 books. We've got Anne of Green Gables, Anne of Avonlea, Anne of the Island, Anne of Windy Poplars, Anne's House of Dreams, Anne of Ingleside, Rainbow Valley, and Rilla of Ingleside. The last 2 books here don't feature Anne so much at the centre of the story. They're still good, but I did miss having Anne as the central character that we follow. But she's a heroine that means an awful lot to me, because we share a lot of personality traits and interests and things, and I just adore her. And she, probably above all other things, this is a series that really made a reader out of me when I was about 10, 11 years old. So, yeah. And I've got a bookmark in here as well that was brought back from Prince Edward Island as well. It's really cute. It's got a quote from the novel in it. So, yeah, read them. I swear you won't regret it. And everyone assumes it's ridiculously girly, but I think that it can be enjoyed by both sexes equally. I believe, anyway. And the language and everything is still just as accessible today. And I really think that people will enjoy these. So read them, watch them, meet Anne, and you'll love her. If you don't have a heart. Okay, so second favourite literary heroine is someone who I think would get along very well with Anne, and the author also has the initials L and M in her name. It's Louisa May Alcott's Little Women series. I've just screwed the order. Here we go. We have Little Women, of course. Good Wives, which in the film versions, I should say, they always amalgamate these two. So you'd know both of these stories if you've seen any of the film versions. Little Men and Jo's Boys. And again, we meet these 4 girls in Little Women. Meg, Jo, Beth and Amy March, and Jo March is our central figure, but we get to know all 4 girls very well, and they're fantastic sort of archetypal characters seemingly, but they all have, I think, very substantial depth, and you really get to love all of the sisters equally, I feel, and you can relate to all of them. It's just a fantastic coming-of-age story, and their relationships are delivered so beautifully, and like Anne of Green Gables, it takes you through life cycle, not just with your central character, but with all the supporting characters around them as well, which is another reason I love them so much. You see so many deaths that really tear at you, and there's births and then marriages and relationships ending and beginning, and people moving away and coming back, and just, everything that can occur in a lifetime, and you witness it through these fantastic characters and these communities that are presented. So these two series just mean a lot to me, and I'm so glad to have known strong female characters like Anne Shirley and Jo March, and yeah, and they both, in themselves, both characters love to read and they love to write. So if, like me, you are an avid reader and you also very much enjoy writing, then here's something you already have in common with these two. So I really do recommend reading the Little Women series by Louisa May Alcott and the Anne of Green Gables series by L.M. Montgomery. They're just my two special classics collections, and I better put them back here. Oh, and just so you know, I'm that much of an Anne fan that I made a fan book. If I'm going to be honest, I make fan books for most things that I love. Oh, and here's my little poster thing from when I saw the Little Women musical, and I got a bookmark. How cool is that? Pretty flippin' awesome, and it's a really lovely musical as well. There's musical versions of Anne as well, but they're very successful in Canada and they haven't been produced internationally that much. But there's a few different Anne musicals. But yeah, this is my Anne fan book. It's filled with stuff, like a Prince Edward Island map and where I want to go and what I want to do. Oh, there was a cartoon animated series of Anne. It used to be on the mornings. It was really cute too. And I've just got filled with things and pictures, and because I'm that much of a freak. But yeah, like I said, it's very, very special to me, so it makes me happy. And you haven't seen Freaky until you see some of my other scrapbooks, which I probably won't show you because I'll be very embarrassed. But this is my Anne one, and Anne bids you farewell, and I really encourage you to read these books. You won't regret it. Okay, so that's all from me for now. I'm going to show you a library haul soon. In the meantime, happy reading, and bye.